Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play WWF Royal Rumble. In the last episode, we played as Razor Ramon, and we also played as Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And now we're going to be playing as the two people on the Genesis version that I have yet to touch, and that would be Bret Hart and IRS. So let's go ahead and set the difficulty to 3, going through the usual match that we've always been doing, and I'm going to be playing as Bret Hart first because it's easier for me to get to him than the IRS kinda in the character select screen. Maybe, maybe not. But we are facing The Undertaker in a one-fall match, and Bret Hart had a pretty nice 1993. He started off as WWE Champion after winning the title from Ric Flair in October of 1992. And he would retain it in the new year at the Royal Rumble against Razor Ramon, thanks to the help of a nifty sharpshooter, which we're going to be seeing in this video. He would lose the title, however, to Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9, thanks to trickery from Mr. Fuji, and Yokozuna would in turn lose to the returning Hulk Hogan. After losing the title, Bret Hart would go on to the King of the Ring tournament, and he would end up winning the whole thing, only to be attacked by Jerry the King Lawler, who would feud with him over who was the Ultimate King of the WWE. Bret would win that match, but he would lose by the first decision because he refused to let go of the sharpshooter, which is what we're seeing now. Press A and B on a down opponent's legs, or Z if you have a 6-button controller, and you'll put a good stretch on your opponent. You'll still have to go for a pinfall victory, though, because submission victories are not possible in this game. After the feud with Jerry Lawler, Owen Hart would pretty much show up in the WWE, and Bret and Owen would fight each other. This would be happening mostly through 1994, and in WrestleMania 10, 1 year after he lost the title to Yokozuna, he would get the WWE title back and start his second reign as the WWE champion. And now that we're done talking about the awesomeness that is Bret Hart in early 1993 and putting people in the sharpshooter and all that rot, it's time to play as IRS, one of the Genesis exclusive characters, along with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Papa Shango, Hulk Hogan, and the model Rick Martel. I keep forgetting to mention who the Genesis exclusive people are, now you know. And we're going to be facing The Undertaker in this match. IRS, Irwin R. Shyster, at this time, started out 1993 as one half of the Tag Team Champions, along with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, who is sadly exclusive to the Super Nintendo version of the game. They would attack a returning Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who had suffered a major injury and had to get surgery. They would attack his face and try to break it again, but their manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, tried to keep him from doing that. Apparently he had a change of heart. This caused Jimmy Hart to break away from Money Inc. and become a good guy. Brutus the Barber Beefcake would team up with Hulk Hogan, and they would face Money Inc. for the tag titles at WrestleMania 9. Unfortunately, the ref was knocked out. Hogan used Brutus the Barber Beefcake's steel face protector as a weapon, and a second refs who saw the whole thing showed up and gave the match to Money Inc. via disqualification. And I went for the write-off there, but I knocked out the ref. This can happen. You can either punch him out accidentally, or you can accidentally run into him. And we're going to have to wait for him to get out of it, so I can do the write-off again, and then go for a pinfall victory, because if he can't count, you can't win. Anyway, after that, after WrestleMania 9, they would feud with the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, and they would lose the tag titles to them. They would never be able to get the World Tag Team titles ever again. And then shortly after that, there's a whole feud with 1-2-3 Kid and Razor Ramon. And if you watched the last video and heard me talking about it, you pretty much knew how that all went down. DiBiase would retire, IRS would have a singles run, and by 1995, he would leave WWE to head back to WCW again. And here's the write-off. First, you have to have your opponents back near the ropes, and then press A and B together, or Z if you have a 6-button controller. And then you'll send your opponent towards the ropes, pretty much like Lex Luger does during his running forearm smash. You'll bounce off the ropes on the opposite end, and then you'll hit your opponent with a flying clothesline for the win. And then you can get the pinfall. And IRS, of course, has the $1 Million Man theme. Apparently, they couldn't decide whether or not to place IRS or $1 Million Man on the Genesis version, so they just decided to compromise and put one on each version, which, come on, I want to do tag team mode with Money Inc. Come on. Really, game? You'd think he'd have that typewriter entrance theme, but maybe that was later. Maybe he didn't have it until after Money Inc. broke up, after DiBiase retired. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for the Genesis version of Royal Rumble, as well as this video. Join me next time where I start playing the Super Nintendo version and start playing as the Super Nintendo exclusive characters, all 5 of them. So until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!